off guard. Because me say certain people have had a different hairstyle tonight, but them son said no.
Oh my God, Adrian started crying. Oh my, I'm going for the hat. Then he go in my room and say, look up there, mommy. So I had to change it.
Look fabulous.
No comment there.
And as Adrian happy, we're happy.
Yeah, exactly. And then me can't keep up with it at all. I have to go take off my hairstyle too, so I understand why.
Tell us so we can buy some for you too.
We need a hairstyle. We need a hairstyle. Something
right,
wrong.
Buy one afro. Halloween coming, you can get one.
Good evening. How you do?
That's awesome.
It's only pound man, because I can't find how to get to the thing on YouTube. So,
Then look, if you're signing to YouTube, you can pull up your page.
Yeah, I just did it. I'm on my page, but I don't know how to get the live.
So people you buy new equipment down in my yard. So I'm try to figure it out where all the guinea pigs together. Trying to broadcast on him big screen.
But you have a smart TV.
Then you can buy a big screen, a smart TV mission.
You realize that 2021 now?
No. But you have the other cheaper TV what people buy. So I'm just checking. But if a smart TV, you just pull up YouTube. And
right, but you have to figure it out first.
I have to use the remote.
Use the remote, Leo. That's why you have remote. Or you find it on your phone, and then you can just broadcast it to your
remote.
TV.
I mean the mouse,
yeah. But Leo, if you have your phone, a good phone, you can just broadcast it to the screen of the TV.
Oh.
Duh.
Oh.
Duh.
Oh, we have to connect them to get. I use my phone. So it's all right, man. Sure. I don't go so. Good evening, everybody outside there. All I want to make them look good. Make them look good. I want to make me look bad.
You look awesome, Leo. You have your fan club. They'll log on soon.
Yes, man.
Hello, everybody.
So, Mr. Leo, look at him.
This is Leo Gilling, all in black tonight. Black all the way. I'm back at me, black. And then we have the beautiful Michelle Fanger, Esquire, and Dr. Dianna Davis Smith. I don't know why she on the left side of our screen, why she can't be in the middle center, like, like.
Because I'm on this kneeling position where I'm on this kneeling thing. So
kneel down?
I'm trying to keep my back straight.
Yeah, kneel down?
Yes.
Are you exercising?
Yes, keep my back straight for a little.
Okay.
So, but I think I can probably shift this. If I shift the camera the other way.
I think I need a pair of dark glasses.
Then I'll be centered. How's that?
Yeah, man, that's
good.
Better. Okay. Don't you think I need a pair of darkers?
To go with your suit, yes.
Really go with the suit, yeah.
But why is so small? You need to zoom up into your camera.
No, not that one. I don't want the people to see all of the bump them and the scratch mark them and thing in my face.
crap up.
I mean, because I use blush and what the other one them name. I don't use anything there.
But we don't have on none tonight. We never bother put on none. Only thing we have on a little lip gloss.
Me still don't use that. my lip cracky. Me have cracky on my lip. So me can show beat the people them close up.
Vaseline. Yeah, do a little Vaseline. I just rub out some of the top of your nose, so zing.
Boy,
good
evening, everybody. How to do? This is Leo Gilling, and we do this every Wednesday night and Saturday mornings.
Not true.
I think she's speaking to us, but she's on
Not true. Lawyer,
Tuesday
yes.
night. You're saying Wednesday. It's Tuesday.
Oh, Wednesday, say?
Yeah.
You know, I get old, I get old.
I know only I get. Let me defend Leo. He's studying for his doctorate. So you know that takes up a lot. So he's dedicating his time to his studies and then he's here. So it gets a little bit confused.
There's something.
So maybe Dr. Leo.
Michelle look something out. What Michelle look? What Michelle look?
Whoa, no, let
iPhone,
us
you
pause for a
promised
minute.
me.
Thanks for sharing that, Michelle. Congratulations, Leo. I'm really happy to hear that. Tell us about your program. What is your area of focus?
Michelle, I promise you. Where's my promise again?
My iPhone.
Okay, iPhone. All right.
You know, get our iPhone 13 now, you know, it's 13. Them reach them opening Friday 13 available.
Friday 13th. They're available.
Friday the iPhone 13.
Oh, the newer, the latest one.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
You want that one?
Okay. You know, I saw something about Collins, again, Phil Collins. Can you guys update me on what's going on with him? Because I saw him performing in one wheelchair, no, in one chair that it didn't look good at all. He look really frail. Anybody know the story about him going on?
No, I looked it up quickly. They just said he said that he can hardly hold a stick. So maybe he's having medical issues. I guess they'll tell us eventually.
Who is he?
Somebody says she can't find us. Is it true with up on the internet?
Yeah, I'm seeing everything.
Seeing everything?
Where
Yeah,
are you?
22 people. No, I'm on
Facebook.
Jamaica.com. People, are you seeing us? I'm not seeing any comments. Oh, Jean said, what's going on tonight? Are you hearing us, people? Are you seeing us?
We're on YouTube.
Yeah, but what about the other places? Where's Facebook and Jamaica?
Because I see we're on the audio for mighty enforcers. And then you say see pan Jamaica.
Yeah, we're on Facebook because I'm reading the reviews right now.
Okay, good. All right, so
we're good. Leo got it right. Yay!
Somebody are right to me and can't find it.
Yeah, but Jean said he's seen you all, but no comments. Okay. I guess nobody's commenting as yet. Everybody getting warmed up. Remember to go tell your family and friends to tune in.
Yeah, just pass the link. Copy it and paste it on your phone.
Yeah, Lorna said, yes, we can hear and see you.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much, Lorna. Thank you.
Lorna,
where are you?
Lorna, is that Lorna Watson? Or which one is Lorna?
Lorna Smith.
Lorna Smith. I thought the one from California.
Lorna, are you from California?
If me jump out of my seat if she. Lorna Smith.
Make Leo jump out and see. Tell you come from California.
Guys, so what's going on tonight? Oh no, you're gonna tell me about Phil Collins. Anybody look it up? Phil Collins?
I don't know nothing about Phil Collins. I don't know who him be.
You don't know Phil Collins, one of the best singers.
You are me in my room. All right. Got it out. Romance. Someone that you know and telling me how sorry you were.
You know, all right, most people know that.
Michelle said no another song.
You know the song from Tarzan? He sang another Disney song. Don't you want, what's it?
Do I feel
all right?
You have no right. Sing with me.
Yes, I know that one.
You have no right to ask me how I feel. Oh, yes, I'm not going to go this song. You have no right to speak to me. I must be a girlfriend in my talk though.
Yes,
but it was a duet. It was a duet. He writes really good songs, especially for the Disney movies.
Okay.
He writes a lot of good songs.
He was very, very good back in the 80s. And I thought he was a pretty young man.
2000s too.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
He kept himself relevant.
Yeah, I wish him all the luck. And best of health.
You know, Michelle, me take you on, you know, because the other night, me never like your point of view.
My chest broad. Take me
Ooh.
What did you not like? What point of view?
You know, I am still reeling from this ambassador thing. Me kind of no feel good about the position that it's okay to elevate somebody who's charged for the crimes that gentleman charged for.
Okay, Cartel, I get your point, but I
Michelle
think you
clarified that.
misinterpreted what we said. I said he should be able to be used, but not as an ambassador.
Shouldn't even use him for nothing at all.
Yeah, but
because
I feel
it has sent the wrong message to our moral fiber in Jamaica has gone to trash, and guess why? It's all these little things, what come up where people start accepting things that are not of good moral decision. Good.
But who defines that's what I'm saying. You're going too far.
Listen. The little boys or little girls who are going to school today and see our PM thinking about elevating this man to ambassador, thinking about it. You know what I go through for them head? Oh, so if me commit crime and me can come become. These are the things that tear down who we are, tear down our society, and make everybody gunman. That's where it starts.
Could I say something? Could I say something?
Yeah.
Of all the things the government has done, Royal Reid and all the things, the PM and all we have seen, you think that is a big issue of people wanting to turn to gun and crime?
Yeah, man, that's a big thing because it's the little things that make the difference, and them add up and boil up and add up and boil up. The big things, them we expect these big things to happen.
Remember, we Michelle had said she is not supporting the labeling of
ambassador
as an ambassador.
Yeah.
But I
just say me just take it off as a caption for the show.
You're vexed still.
Yes, me vexed still.
Okay. You can't vex. But I think the bigger question for us though, as a nation, is whether or not what appeal to you as a mature.
How you call old?
No, as a mature, I corrected it. As a mature Jamaican, whether or not.
Listen, Michelle. She called me old. She called me old a while ago. Take her.
What's wrong with old? That means you're wise. That means you're wise. You're wise. You're wise. You know what you're talking about. You're educating us. You've been here before. You've educated me a lot.
Then we're going to turn on my ear control. I get hot. I bex right now.
You know much people want to get old?
Yes, you know much people dead and no live no life. Then I get nowhere for pass for somebody call them old. I'm correcting you, Michelle. Me say mature. Me even pause. I said mature. Leo. Leo, tell us now. Do you think, though, on a serious note, that what you and I deemed as morals, fundamentals that we wouldn't compromise on, do you think we're now in a generation where they're conceding on some of these things?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
And perhaps it is being reflected by our leadership.
Leaders.
Absolutely right.
Is that right?
To me, it looks like there was a time where there was a big leap from 1970s to 2010, right? Mm-hmm. And something got missing somewhere.
Yeah, or maybe 2001
something got missing somewhere because the things that I see people are comfortable doing and accepting these days, those are things that we would never in our lives even think about it. I wouldn't think about back talking to my mother because I'm mad.
If you go back talk to your mother one time, now no teeth next time.
I wouldn't think of back talking to a teacher, not because me think that she'll beat me, but because I held her in such high esteem that I would never even go there, So
what happened? What happened?
Mr. I'm a shoot down teacher now and a box down teacher.
No, but what happened? Why is it now that it is seemingly okay to back answer the teacher?
That's what I said.
Standing up for yourself and rights, or what is it?
Sitting happened. Me tell you, we jumped from 1970 to 2010. I mean, I know what happened in that time. Because a lot of things I see people accepting now, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it at
During
all.
that era, we grew in terms of economy. There was social growth, supposedly. Economic growth. Is it that we gave up morals and good values
For economics?
economics?
That might be so, but I can't make that
I
judgment
think
call.
the generation before my generation failed us.
No. Tell me which generation. Okay, so you're born 19.
Failure how?
You're born 2010, no, 2001.
She born 1980.
So what is what generation?
I
What
was
is
born
what
in
generation?
the 80s.
She's an 80s baby.
Oh, okay. You're born in the
So which
80s.
80s
generation
baby.
failure?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, I guess what I'm saying is that the focus changed more from family, more working, and not really focusing on the family. So a lot of children were left by themselves. And also in Jamaica, there was an exodus where a lot of parents migrated and left the children back home with no proper guidance. And then you see those children having children at a young age, not being able to provide the proper guidance, nurturing, teaching certain morals and whatever. Then you saw a big decay, that is my opinion, between 2001 to now, really, where you see a lot of the scammer thing came out. Most of the crimes now are who you see dead, between teenager to like 30. That's the age group. So somewhere the family failed them. They were failed.
But I don't know that we should label it as a generation that has failed us.
That's
Because then you throw me in that generation.
That's just me being extra.
take offense to that. Take offense to that.
That's just me being extra. But there's something happened. Something like children became more reliant on outside influence, whether it be music, what they see on the outside, like they want to be all these things.
So the information age is to be blamed because we moved into the information age.
Yeah.
So there was just too much information and not enough family
guidance,
influence.
Back in the 70s, there was a song that came out. I would like my wife and sweetheart to be friends.
Oh, yes.
That's the only way our jealousy would end, and they would not play that on radio. They
Really?
would not play it on radio. The only place that could play is on jukebox. They would never play that song on radio. But you think that song, I don't know. I mean, that worse than that I play on radio right now, right?
I'm telling you. We have a lot of comments. You want me to read them?
Worse.
Nikki E said, Medea, good evening, beautiful ladies. Leo, you're looking dapper. Jean said, so what's the topic tonight, my crew? We're getting to it. Jean said, blessing and respect everyone. Nikki E said, they're not to use him at all, I guess, cartel. They are sending the wrong message to our nation's children. Gina says, those are things Jesus Christ wouldn't approve. Parents are setting the children get away with a lot. If the father have failed their son, it's time for fathers to rise up. Brenda says, technically, as far as I know, Reed has not been charged, let alone convicted. But is there no one in Jamaica who has not had malfeasance swirling around them? This looks like rewarding bad behavior. Nikki E said, the right to look children was taken away from teachers. To lick, I guess she said, maybe lick, was taken away from teachers. Gina said, grandmother was the extra helper in the village and community. Gina said, it's the parental leadership. Gina said, good looking group. Thank you.
Yeah,
but it is true. A lot of failures.
It's kind of it sometimes it hits me in my face, and I have to remember, the age at which we are in terms of time. We're in 2021, and once upon a time we used to be obedient. That word is dropped out of our psyche completely. The Bible turned backwards, pretty much, and so we I don't know if we should try to catch it back or it will come back normally. or we're just going down a slippery sliding road where we can return or have to create new things that's going to be acceptable? Or is it that the laws, we're going to have to go to the laws and make the laws control how we relate to each other? I don't know. It's really a muddy place.
Leo, I don't know that there's any going back to where we were. I think that is for us all to adjust our expectations as to what is right. There is that adjustment that is being
what is right? Hold on, is this the same thing we're talking about?
Yes.
Right is today is not right 20 years ago. Right,
well,
20
what is right today is not is impacted by new laws and new norms. What has become the norm this day is what guides. It's our culture, what it has become. I don't know that we're going to ever go back to the days where teachers were as respected as they were when we were growing up, when you were growing up, or even when Michelle was growing up.
I think the teachers are going to go to school with guns after.
Because right now you're in a phase where you probably don't even have to go to school, and you just learn on the computer and all of that. So, you know, it's two-gun kid.
Yeah, lack of respect. That is true. But I think we can get to a better place if the family unit is back. You know, have to be like mother and father, but people just have to be involved again. They have to teach children, like raise their children right. That would be important. If you raise them right, they will go in society and do the right thing, right? But when I see on the news, 14-year-old, 12-year-old, then just lock up a bunch of gunmen between 14 to 16, I'm thinking, where are the parents? Why are these children on the road? Now they say like children are not even logging on to their lessons. We had lockdown, and I'm like, where are the parents? Where are they ensuring that their children are logged into work
Honestly,
if they have access to these things?
We have to ask a different question. It can't be where are the parents anymore, because if we're accepting today that this is what it is, then the question that we need to ask is, how do we mitigate against some of these things rather than what happened to the parents? Because the parents that we expect them to be 40 years ago, 30 years ago, they're not today's parents. So we have to start looking now at how we frame our questions, not about where are the parents, but rather what are the parents doing now are not doing.
Well, Leo, it's probably more what they are not doing. And Michelle said it in the first, that it goes back to the family. And the truth is that everything goes back to the family structure. Somebody commented that grandparents played a critical role in raising children. We're in an era now where you, Leo, have 4 or 5 baby mother. Have no one house that you're in charge of. Not saying that our grandparents never had outside children, but there was a mode of respect that was afforded to the wife, 1. And 2, the children knew that the father had 2 other people down the road, and there was a support. Now, in today's paper, in today's Observer, there's an article about a gentleman whose 3-year-old son was battered by the stepdad. Child is 3. This man is a 29-year-old man, and he has a 3-year-old that is not living with him, but lives with the mother, who has another gentleman. No, where is that family? Where are you going to find the family? With the 29-year-old father or with the stepfather?
But you can't have a family with a step parent and they just need to work together as a unit. Listen, even though you have step parent, you have to do it. If you want to raise a child right, they have to be involved and they have to work together. That's what's in the best interest of the child. That's what you have to do.
We not do the exact thing when we are telling us we not say go back to family, go back to, we can't go back because the expectation. Hold on. The expectation then would be that we have good moral fiber, good moral character. That's what you're saying.
But it has to be cultivated someplace, and you have to cultivate it in the family. It has to be cultivated in the home.
Yeah, but we're not there. We're not go back there.
But we have to go back there, regardless of how you define the family and the house. You have to go back there. So if home is lady and gentleman live together with 3 children, that is home. Whether or not they're married, but they must have that kind of a structure in it where they're supporting each other, so that at 29 him don't have to run after another baby mother.
Did I just make Dianna mad a while ago? Yes. Oh, me never knew that could have happened. Yes.
You never make her mad. They just never make any sense a while ago, because we are talking about, like, I have morals, Dianna have morals, you have morals, my mother have, my friends have, and we are passing it down to our children. Can we make it a duty on ourselves to ensure that we raise our sons well, we raise our daughters well, so they won't be a terrorist society. So just everybody has to take on their responsibilities. No, I am a professional. My friends are professionals, and we make it our duty to make time for our children to ensure that they're raised properly. We don't leave it to anybody to say, oh, do it for us. Send them to school. They learn it from school. Send it to church. They learn it from church. No.
Are you guys?
Thank you very much, Michelle.
Are you guys in a speculative mode? Are you guys in an area, in a mode that, this is what we think we need, but this is not the reality of what is?
That is my reality, Leo. What kind of world they live in, Leo? That is my reality.
You see,
and that is what I'm experiencing.
You see the news every day? You see the 3 kids?
But that is not my reality, because my friends, my family are involved. So if other people start doing it for their family, then we can solve the problem.
We can begin to address it in a meaningful way.
Exactly. Work on your family.
People have to become committed, and people need to stop having these whole children with the whole baby mother them all over the place, and just see them
for a long time. That's a long
time. And ice cream, and think that is how you raise children. You don't raise children like that.
How much kids you I have? How much kids you I have? And I
we have
30 pick me now.
Yeah, but back in that day, no matter how many children they have, they make it a duty to go hang out with their children. If they know about the children, and then only give them stuff, then teach them the ways. They not just go drop off one bag of clothes or say, oh, maybe can I go KFC? They're involved. Leah, you have to be optimistic.
They know when the pinny them going to school, and if the pinny not go to school, then stop for go beat them.
Exactly.
And all of that and sort them out.
And parents communicate with each other so they know what's going on.
Where we went wrong when the cut out beating in a school and beating.
That was a big problem. And when the parents them all of a sudden they want to beat off teacher. That's the problem. I didn't know what happened. The penny they want to beat them off too. So was that helpful?
Yes. Yeah. I think that's where the problem.
People have rights, and it's abuse, and it is abuse to beat the children at home, and it's abuse to beat them at school.
So beat them to hurt them.
I want to hear the comments, guys. I think
and there are other ways to punish them too.
I think there are
other ways.
Discipline. Yes.
Okay, first up. Ajina said, remember in Africa, India, and Latin America, the fathers in the community used to sit and talk about what happened during the week in the family. The men, the older leaders, elders talked among themselves and made plans to correct the problem. Fathers are head of humanity, family. Algina says...
Algina, that's kind of biblical.
Yeah. Algina says...
It's not today.
Right. Yeah. We have gotten so far away from God's word instruction on how we are to treat each other in the Bible. 2 Timothy 3:16 and 17.
Okay.
Shall preach tonight, but we know the church.
Agina.
Agina said parents are responsible for their own children. Every father needs to go get their sons off the street. She put in all the pressure on the fathers. But mothers need to do their part.
But it's a collective responsibility. Yeah. It's not the father one carry them come here. It's collective.
Yeah, the two of them have to work together. And Sandra said, hello, royal panelists. Just got home from work and listening to passionate Queen Michelle.
You don't cuss me off, Sandra. You don't cuss me off. Sandra ain't cuss me off bad tonight.
Sandra said, what am I missing? Whenever Michelle gets passionate, it's big.
Leo, well,
Ellen
first
said,
thing happened is that we tell Leo, say, all and he upset with that. Michelle had to defend me, that it comes with wisdom and knowledge and people yearn to be old. Some people don't live to see it. And then him go off, him send her off again because him saying that she's not living in the real world, because she said that she raising her children, her child and her friends and family raise their children in a particular way that is not contradictory to the values that we have grown up with. And Leo want to know which part she live.
Michelle is not normal. Michelle is not normal today. Okay, Michelle's style of living is not normal. It's a different kind. What is normal now is what I'm seeing out there.
No, Michelle raising her child in a normal, average way.
These are my normal. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I said. So
I looked out, I saw the world, I saw what's happening, and I said, no, I'm going to make it a duty to be involved in my child's life. Okay. I can't work over 80 hours a week. I said, no, I'm cutting it down. So I'm home with my child, spending evening with my child, and dedicating myself to my child. My friends do the same thing. They make it a duty. Even on weekends, they work during the week. On the weekends, time for the child. So that is what you have to do. Sacrifice. You have to make sacrifices.
So it's only Aljana and Sandy spoke.
No. Elaine said F. I guess
anybody on YouTube, Leo, you look on YouTube.
Gina said, fathers be at those meetings at school, not only just the mother. I can say this for sure. Like, since I've been going to school, I've seen a lot of the fathers being involved. Like most of the events, I see the fathers. I see the fathers.
Michelle, that is a different orientation to us in Jamaica, because in Jamaica you don't see a lot of the men being involved in the children's.
I'm seeing it now.
I actually have some comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's from a man. It's from a man. Okay, man perspective. All right. Rupert says, on the question of how society has evolved, in today's world, we have become more accepting because of the focus on the rights of individuals. Rather, and I agree with that. We take it all the way down to bare minimum and we insist on our rights, then things get okay. All right. Grandparents, he said, had the right to correct, and I accept it. Grandparents still have the right to chastise, but the laws protecting children cause them to see this as a right to refuse correction. I agree again. We like him. We like this one here.
All right, make us pause on Rupert.
Pause on that.
Rupert a little bit.
Okay, all right.
What I want to say before I said that, just a little chain of thought. I think with the grandparent is this. Some of the parents keep telling their children, don't listen to nobody. And they have a problem if somebody else correct their children. And then the children have an attitude because of it. If my mother says something to my son, I don't say, oh, don't talk to him. He has to listen because he knows he must listen. If it's something really like I'm saying, oh, things have changed, I'll talk to her offhand, but he must listen.
Okay, go ahead, Dianna.
So I'm done. I just have to set the tone. You just have to set the tone as a parent.
My comment on that, Michelle, is what Rupert is saying, that grandmother is sitting back because if grandmother say anything, mother, I go beat up grandmother.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Right, and he's saying grandma are they're sitting back and they're not doing anything because the laws are going to chastise them. The word that he used, chastise them.
Many you put them comment them out there and label it up as Rupert, but for them just too consistent with what you want to hear and what you want to say. We don't know that we never hear nobody company show name Rupert. All right.
Actually, Rupert is a good fan.
Rupert need to tell me where it come from.
You hear that, Rupert?
Betting come from.
They might cuss you off now. Just your point of view.
However, your opinion, Rupert, you're on point at some point.
But Michelle said just now that she plans and dedicates time for family and for interaction with her child. When we were growing up, on a Sunday, everybody ate together, or at least on time. I grew up in a household where we all ate together all the
Yeah,
time,
me
as
too.
much as is
Yeah.
possible. But on a Sunday or on a weekend, if it's Saturday soup or if it's Sunday rice and peas, more so when it's Sunday rice and peas, everybody eat together. And you have that time for those talk.
Talk about the past. We still talk about the past. Better about
No, but that
people don't
happens still in some households. And if
God.
we can't take care of the future or no, if we ignore the past. So them need to start by stop eating out of the whole heap of box food, box up lunch
You mean I'm
in
gonna
a
stop
box.
in a-
Everybody
instead of in a
get a
line
box
on
on
KFC?
Sunday. If you're going by box food, nothing wrong with that. Put it in a plate, sit down together and have a conversation. Turn off the TV. Spend some me time with your children. Let us start there so that the TV and the war things that they're watching on the games that they play. You don't ever see some of the game where them play on PS, whatever it name.
PS2.
Yeah, 4 of them reach now. When them play some game, on them,
Ah!
I look like you have to keep up with.
I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
Look like you have to keep up, Dr. Dianna.
You see what I'm saying,
No, let
Diana?
me tell you.
The standard, the gold standard, my point the whole night tonight is that the gold standard is the standard of the 70s and beyond. You know, back up, go back a bush. You guys keep going back to what that standard was. You want the family not to sit down and eat together on a Sunday, when today it is acceptable and more than acceptable, and upon top of the acceptable list that people just come and just grab their what they want and go and eat, you know, it really matters.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Leo,
I am
but
saying
people are changing though. That, like you see, no, like I'm telling you.
the other way. To the
No,
other way.
no, what's society in a, but like I'm saying, like I guess young professionals, not even only professionals, are making a point of duty to give their children what they themselves wanted. So that's why they're making an effort to do it. Like I literally see, like here where I live in Jacksonville, you literally see parents every evening at baseball. You literally go to the park, mother and father playing the entire weekend, every activity full. You go to the water, but they're making an effort. It depends on where you're living. But when you go to any job here, people will tell you, I'm leaving to go home. I need to go there with my child. And they're doing it. They're not just putting work before everything.
I wonder if Rupert Rod would like to come. Him they are talking a lot. And him not talking. Dr. Rod, are you in front of your computer? If you're in front of your computer, come on. Because I want you to take on these ladies.
Things are changing.
I just shut down my mouth and just zip it and make him talk.
Let me tell you, regardless of what Rupert or you, Leo, come and say, at the end of the day, family need to get back together. Grandparents need to take an active role in raising the children, those grandparents who are really grandparents. Because you have some grandparents with them and the people them at the same age and them don't
and they're every party together.
So them need to find somebody else within the community who have that kind of a trait. What is the idea? What do you strive for? And make somebody help you to grow. Make the community help you to grow and raise the people.
And pass on traditions, because a lot of the traditions are dying.
Everybody just think it's foolishness. Oh, nobody don't know how to make potato pudding no more. Nobody don't stop and have no talk about what used to happen back in the 70s.
Oh, Rupert is agreeing with you. He's agreeing with you. That's good. But listen, you see these guys who are putting themselves on video and saying, Andrew Oldness, all of them kind of bad word. I'm not about meaning that them are cost bad one and I tell the Prime Minister what do you in the 70s we don't even know how to address the Prime Minister. But people are addressing the Prime Minister like say him is like a boy.
I say all of them used to chat.
And this is a result of the complete loss that we have incurred over the years.
Is that because everybody have rights? So they have rights to express themselves.
It does so strange, but it's how I was raised. Because like even like I respect people, but you know, this is how I call it Dr. Dianna. It's just how much of respect. My friends who are judges, ask them. I always say, Your Honor. They always laugh, but I always, especially if I'm in public, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always respectful to people. Like, people in authority, I have respect for. I don't disrespect people. While they all laugh after
But
me,
let me tell you, calling me Dr.
because
Diana,
Owen
you don't
Speed
have to, and I don't.
I know,
In fact,
but
we're here as peers, and I don't use my title, and I'm not going to call Leo nothing but Leo or Michelle anything. But so
it's
don't
just a
call me Dr.
habit.
Diana. It's comfortable
No,
you,
but I'm
that's
just
fine, but not
saying,
because, you
yeah,
know.
Owen
yeah, but
Speed
I'm just saying when in
In fact,
public,
I'll tell
like,
you a joke about that. When I just completed my doctoral studies, and probably about 2 months or so, I was on a university, I was at a university campus, and somebody kept saying, Dr. Smith, and shouting for somebody's attention. And I turned around to the person I'm talking to and said, then where the hell them no answer? And they're like,
Right,
we're dying of laugh with me. Them said, and that, and you them a call.
yeah, but I think with me, why I do it is because I want people to always have respect for people. So in like one-on-one, I'll talk to you like that. But if I'm ever in public, I show people the respect. Because people copy it because people get too familiar, and that's why they don't have any respect for even their teachers. Because I remember I wouldn't like talk loud to a teacher, disrespect a teacher. And look at how they're talking to teachers right now. Very disrespectful.
Owen Speed says, heal up potato pudding. He saying can make potato pudding. And then Rupert says, Diana, we need more than Sundays and Saturdays. My previous point is
But
that
we need to start there, so Rupert, with chicken soup and rice and peas.
What I mean, man, don't talking. Is my previous point is for gathering every day, and I do. It says Leo is not speaking for me.
Well, to be honest, I do. Every evening I pick up my child. I take at least 2 hours to, you know, play, talk with him. You know, I just do it. I never used to do it. And I see it
make
was
a deliberate effort.
Yeah, but now I do. Yeah. So
and you know something, let us pause too. We probably being really hard on people in Jamaica. It's not easy living in Jamaica.
Yes.
It's not easy raising a family in Jamaica. It's not easy being a single parent in Jamaica. It's hard. And over the past 10, 15 years, it has become increasingly harder. So it's quite a challenge. When you live in a developed country like the US and Canada and so forth, it is easier because you have a support network built into the economy to help you. So for starters, you know that the child go to school will always get a meal. In Jamaica, there is no guarantee that the child will always get a healthy meal. I don't call Nutribon and milk healthy meal.
That's right. That's
exactly. It is not easy. We need a support network in Jamaica. Then they need a safety and stage, something that assures survival at a
support a family.
I agree with that. Your point about hardship, that it has become, I think, harder to live back home because of high crime and high this and high that, you know, and so that may have an effect on what we really lay aside, what we put aside and say, you know what, every man for himself, and so that's probably one of the things that is adding or we have to throw into the middle of it. It's the hardship, because it's harder to live in Jamaica now than it was 30 years ago. Much harder, because we're not growing up no banana no more. We're not growing up plant no more.
We're
not growing up yam anymore. And when you see those yam thing, it's for the commercial use. It's not for the home use, and that's probably where we're falling down. Things get harder in Jamaica.
Right, and you don't have something like the social development, social services, the development services. You have all of these little networks of this and that is supposed to be an improvement on it. But the truth is, it's not catering to the fundamental needs. I can't say that I can survive because I get a stipend of X amount as an educator. Or I can't say that as a police officer, I get a stipend of X amount to support my two children that I have in wedlock. If it's even something as basic as that, we need a support
What do
system.
you mean by in wedlock? What do you mean by in wedlock? Tell me about
Because
that.
I'm being so nitty gritty about it. That's why I'm suggesting that the stipend is prepared to support you, to encourage the family by saying, okay, children in wedlock get X amount of money. Children out, yeah, me know no bastard no there again.
It's not fair.
But
It's not fair. That's not fair.
Let me hear some comments, Michelle.
Why don't want to hear my comment?
Oh,
yes.
but please.
But it's all right. Forget
Please.
it.
Say your comment here,
Lisa
Michelle. You know what
said-
did one Leo this evening?
No,
And I'm black
what do
clothes.
him? Lisa said, hi guys. Algina said, it's both my friends. Algina says, women have wisdom that are real. Sandra said, thank you, bestie, Prime Minister, for filling me in. Algina said, amen. Grandparents was a pillar of my community and families. Leo, Algina says, Leo is an angel and Rupert. Okay, I guess it was saying. Gina said, quality time with our children in the end, that's all they will remember as adults. Leah got me passionate tonight. That is true. Spending time is important. Lorna said, hello, guys. It's good to see you. Gina said, the ladies aren't bashing fathers. They just want them to play an active role in the lives of their sons, loving men, earth, wind, the support system is their daughters too, is their parents. Lawton says, since when it becomes grandparents' duty to raise their grandchildren? I raise my boys, and when they are grown enough to get children, it's their duty to raise their own children. Grandparents can assist. However, after we raise our children the proper way, it now becomes their responsibility to raise their children.
Is what I talk about? Is what I talk about?
Well, yes, it's their responsibility, but they must be able to rely upon the support of those older persons in the family. It might be the grand aunt, it might be the grandmother, it might be just an aunt or an uncle.
My grandmother helped raise me. I couldn't step out of line either. Okay, couldn't step out of line.
Exactly. And if your mother talk hard, she beat her too.
I tell you, she will lock out. If I need to get locked out.
A murder. It's a murderation.
I tell you. Sandra Stalin says, as a single mother raising 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, we always spend quality time together. Communication was severely important. Exactly. I was that parent that all teachers, principals, and coaches knew. Now that they are older, youngest in mid-20s, when they want to talk, I have a bench in my bedroom and they just come and take a seat and I just listen and give my 2 cents. And they listen because mom is always right.
That sounds like a big boy story or dopey stories, time.
Nikki E says, there are many single parent households where family time is not possible because the parent has to make ends meet. Therefore, the children are left to their own device. Enough panty no day, Jamaica, for people to get free food. I guess you mean pantry. Things hard.
Yeah, things very hard.
It's hard. Algina said they need their loving parents. Love never fails. Sandra says, my 2 cents add up. Algina said, grandparents just help out with wisdom and love. That is true. They're just there for the support.
Owen Speed say, hard life is no excuse for
None.
bad behavior.
That's what I'm going to say.
And he says, the well-to-do people don't even want school. They have rules, and they don't have no rules anymore. And Sharon says, lack of proper community. We don't have no community.
That's why we need the community back again. Community looking out for each other. Because usually when one family can't afford it, you have somebody else from the community to come help. If you're sick, your neighbor will come and say, all right, here's some food. We know you're sick, or like help out. Everybody
I remember
just
coming home with my friends, and a neighbor beat my friend one evening coming home, and because he was being bad, on the street. And we were probably about 12, 13. And I remember my friend getting a beating from this other guy and say, I'm going to go home, go tell your mother too. And I don't know what happened after that, but I know that he got a beating on the road.
Funny, as I said, that funny story, when I was in Jamaica, somebody told me that some children are misbehaving, and he went to the house to beat them, and the little child ran under the bed, and he went under the bed and pulled out the child and beat the child.
Oh, is that
And
right?
the mother did nothing. And the mother said to the child, "What you got trouble him for?" And I was there thinking, if I'm my child, you don't have to come tell me what my child do. You can't beat my child in front of me. I'm going to say, but that's just me still. But as I said, that story, it still happened in our country.
Yeah, and I that's what I'm saying, that you guys mentioned the community. This is our community used to take care of us. They didn't allow
Yeah, but
us.
we're not asking for the community to beat them now, we're asking for the community to help to raise them. So if there is something that they observe that the child is doing that is not right, not morally correct, they have a responsibility to share it with the parents. And because the parent is running or attempting to run at home where certain values are important, the parent will have a conversation with the child, not cuss off the neighbor.
Yeah, but not they cuss off the neighbor. Go mind your one business.
A bad
mind.
I'm surprised that mother Michelle never pull out her gun and blow.
Me too, she never called the police.
She probably never said the Pinny do the wrong thing to
I guess that's what she was saying. Like trouble a lot of people.
She argue with the father when the father come and say, "Well, make a beat him." He say, "I say, well, I know me beat him."
Yeah, and I think they told them to stop a few times, but they kept continuing.
Yes. See, who can't hear no feel, no, so they usually tell me. Who can't hear, we have to feel.
Yeah, Lorna says it still takes a village to raise children. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and neighbors had a part to play. That is how we were raised in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. That's what I said. They let us down in the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. That's all I'm saying. Lorna said, when I was a child, and Sandra said, "Hi, Lorna. Amen. You took the words out of my mouth. Great minds think alike." That's why I said something happened. Either the 70s thing, they had too much rights and it's a violation and they're looking to change everything. That's why they changed the whole structure. I don't know what happened.
Listen, I was talking to a leader. Listen to this, right? And when I brought up the fact that there have been people in this space for like 30 years, 20, 30 years, and they have the experience of implementing and going through the problems and know what these pain spots are, and they understand how to transition. You can't keep them out. The leader, a leader of the country, said, "Me no want no old people in this. Me only want the young people them.
Young minds."
Yes, young women, men and women, young
minds. I never said men, I said minds.
So, which means that they don't care about the past. They don't care about how it was built. They have it already. So me no care what we want to do if we bring it up here. So we want to take it from here. I don't know if I agree with that, because you do need that type of strength.
For mentorship. Absolutely. For mentorship and guidance, but you need younger minds, because I think that's what happened to Jamaica. They were stagnant for a while because they keep having these older people. Things have changed, modernization, and they are still stuck in the same ways. And a lot hasn't changed in different ways.
I understand where you see this stuff.
No, I'm saying, what? No, I'm saying, like, we have a lot of older politicians who are stuck in the old way of doing things, when they should be mentors, like step aside after a period of time and let younger generation come in, maybe mentor them along the way so they could merge what from the past and what's new, modernization.
So you're actually saying that the younger people now are rebelling, basically. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they are speaking now. A lot of younger people are speaking now based on the traumas they've experienced from their parents and even the work environment of them not being able to go up.
So a lot of this then is not a tear down of our moral values and stuff, but rather a rebellious nature of young
rebellion.
people who saw some things happen to them in the past and decide that, listen, I don't want anything to do with that. Let me
they want change. But the thing is, I don't say it's a rebellion. But for instance, let me say this in regards to my high school, Westwood, where we had such discipline, like back when I was there. And then you had parents who were there when I was there, but they had their children who then started attending high school. They had an issue with everything. And then they keep fighting for these changes. And then now you have to change, and they're saying the children have no manners and respect. They don't respect anybody. You know what I mean? But these parents that were going through the same discipline said, no, we don't want that for our children, and changed the whole structure. No manners and respect is there. But that's what I'm saying.
Well, they all have to endure the consequences of the adjustments and the modernization that they want. At the end of the day, there are certain core and basic moral values that ought not to be compromised.
Yeah.
What is right is right. There is no two ways about it. It's either it's right or it's wrong. And we have to decide which side of it we're on. I don't buy the story about politicians staying too long and
I think,
all the young.
oh my God. When they're, you see some of them, not to cut,
yes, and what I would want the change to be is not a declaration that says, well, we don't want no old people, but have a change that says that there is a limit to the age of your politicians, a limit to how long they can serve in politics.
Maybe
because then some of them come and believe that they're entitled. Don't just simply throw out the baby with the bathwater by declaring, well, all old people go on a yard.
Well, not all of them, but
have you noticed that?
And
I want to raise another issue.
Cuss him, Dianna. Cuss him.
Not cuss him, but that's true. But some of them need to go. Like they need to go and give other people opportunity.
Yes, but I think that is not the way, because then that is breeding some contempt and ill will in the society. When I'm going to reach 70 and begin to shiver because them going to throw me out and put me over in a little corner.
But if teacher have to leave, my mother was forced out at 60.
Put the constitution in place that says after 6, where them say teachers after them reach 60 something, them have to go with them yard. Make politicians go with them yard too.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's
what them only serve 2 terms.
Okay, so here
10 years you need to buy a yard.
I'm not asking to go to the political way. That's always the basic and the right stuff. But what I'm actually saying is that I remember, and I've said it on the show before, I remember when we were going to the market, because there was a guy in our community who owned a little store and he couldn't read 1, 2, 3. He can't add 2 plus 2, okay? But I remember how the community took care of him. Because when they would go there and buy half pound of flour and then give him $10 and then give them back $20, then turn around and say, no, Mr. Man, this is the wrong, the change that we should get is this and that and that and that. I've seen that with my own eye, right? No, it is a happy moment to take these. No, I said the man should have been running a shop if he can't read and write, right? But the thing is, it's a happy moment for a person to go inside our store and get the wrong change, get too much change back, and it's their mistake. Your mistake is my mistake, and that is just a general thing across the entire population. And I'm wondering.
Not. Stop generalizing stuff, because I don't do that, and I don't know anybody who do that. What world?
Well, Leo, let me tell you why you're wrong on 2 counts. Everybody use debit card and credit card now. Everybody don't get back no change.
Yeah, but it's not a general statement.
Two, Leo. I want for us to look at this with some measure of seriousness, what you have said. Is it that there is a propensity for this kind of failure to adhere to values amongst us as Negroes versus the Chinese or the Indians, or is it common around among us all?
The Chinese, I must tell you this, the laws force them. It's
Which laws?
it's
Then the
human
same
nature
law
now.
you abide by?
One of the it's human nature now to them, right? But the laws force them to be who they are, meaning that if them catch you a thief that money, you know, them look or cut off your finger, cut off and send you to jail.
That is in China, but I'm saying Jamaica.
Right.
In
You
Jamaica.
bring up China. So I'm
No,
saying,
me say Chinese people.
yeah.
In Jamaica, do you find that the moral decay that we speak of is more prevalent amongst one group versus the other?
No, I think it's everybody.
I think that the Indian people them adhere to certain rules. For when your mother said marry to Mary, you're married to Mary.
But because they just follow the tradition and their culture. Because
So what happened to our culture? Why we don't have no tradition that we following?
Because they never leave with none after slavery, did they? Because the Indians
were indentured laborers and they got split up and sent all over to the plantations to provide labor. Just
no,
like
but they
us.
had their family. The indentured. Remember, they decided to stop working.
Right, but when we got out of slavery, how much 40 odd years, we still have that thing round with neck.
Chain, you still have the chain
They
running.
because they don't liberate themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The chain is a form of law that instill, and even if you take off the chain, you're still going on as though you have a chain, right? And it's the same thing with the Chinese people. For them law turn up strong and it make them
It carries on.
Yeah. But we know our laws are so lax that we don't
anything.
Yeah.
They teach us to separate our families and we want to keep that tradition. Why? We can't learn anything else. But to be honest, because I have friends who are Indians that they do follow, or they go back home or Pakistan from Jamaica to get their spouse and come back, because it's a tradition. Even though they live within Jamaica, they still pass it on to their children and children. We don't know why we don't pass on the tradition.
Right. So we need to pass on a tradition. So you need to get married before ABCRD, or you need to accomplish ABCRD before, or you have to go move out of a house. Or you make a good point. In a year.
You make a good point, Dan. Is this a broad brushing, of the fact that we're broad brushing in the sense that is this a natural tendency for everybody, not everybody, but most of the people? Because when we say everybody, we mean over 50%.
Everybody, because
over 50% of the population. Over 50% of the population thinks this, think this. Over 50% of the population, they adopt this, they accept this. Are we saying that? And is the answer yes to that?
I don't know, because I remember growing up, maybe I guess, as I said, it's how you raise your children. I remember growing up, we brought something home that did not belong to us. We get an ass beating, right? So we know, and that fear is still, exactly. So you still have that training, so you don't do it now. Like, I don't take people's stuff home.
I'm telling you, you're different.
No, Leo, but I couldn't carry home anything that didn't belong to me nor my friends. We couldn't carry home nothing that don't belong to us.
Fear mother live the same culture that you lived in your time and me living in my time. Fear, that's Michelle's mother. And it's a unique situation. But on the broader community, the broader spectrum, hardship.
No, but my children couldn't carry home nothing that don't belong to them without a good explanation as to why them have this. And I would call and say, well, okay, XYZ. I've never felt the urge to call because I
call the police for my neighbor one time. You call the police for my neighbor one time.
You call him?
Oh, yeah, with a bicycle.
With the bicycle. Go take my son bicycle and I say after them. So I call the police.
Then you shouldn't call the police. You should have just take your bicycle.
No, you got to just the mother. The mother come out like if she have gun, she have shoot me. So I call the police.
She knows no fair bicycle.
She knows no fair, yes. And this is not Jamaica people. This is America.
Oh, but those things happen in Jamaica where people will walk. You see people that drag them down the street. Where you get it from? Oh, me get it from John. You see the mother drag the picnic go all the way to
John. Okay, go get back.
You get to him. I remember like sometimes my friends used to say,
and buy iPhone and come on with the iPhone.
Exactly, yes. So where get it from? No, they don't know.
And parents quite happy. Pitney now work, Pitney and a lawyer, doctor and our Indian chief. And
they give them money to build big house and stuff.
We got some comments here on YouTube. Blowing up.
Again.
Owen Speed says they can offer their institutional knowledge without being minister.
Yeah, that's what I said. Mentorship, like be a mentor.
Sharon says we need term limits. Rupert says, I agree, Owen. This should they should know when to step back. And it's
exactly. You know how much teachers they kick out? That could be helpful right now.
But the funny thing about it, listen to this. Once you reach age 60 at Jamaica in the public service, you get kicked out. Once you reach age 60, you're gone.
Yeah, I know they changed it. You have to pack up and go.
Is that 60 or 65?
That's 65 now?
Something around that age, I don't know.
But look how they young teachers, because 60 are still in your prime.
You're in your prime, but then what? We have politicians all 85 and
1,000-year-old.
Yeah, hardly talk.
Rupert says, I like the idea of term limits, Sharon. If we have the cadre of good leaders stepping, and he put good in a quotation, stepping up to the plate. The question is, do we have these leaders? I don't know.
No, because people
we need to offer ourselves.
Yeah, people need to say like, okay, all right, it's time for me to go. 2 years. If you intend like train somebody to take over, or learn from you. And
I think we had Floyd Green, and Floyd Green was somebody that I think he was a good guy for him to stand up.
He is a good guy. No. This is unfortunate.
Me talk like him. Me say was. He is a good guy.
He's still here, and he's still working. He's still working.
But they're all supposed to work. They are members of parliament, and they're supposed to work. In my government, all members of parliament do member of parliament work, and we hire separate people for the ministers of this and that. People who are competent and have the skill set. MP, you run for member of parliament, you have a member of parliament, live down at the yard.
Work with the constituency.
We don't need no mayor. Them can't be the mayor down there.
So we need MPs to run them constituency, and we need ministers to run the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they can do that because they have the upper house that can become senators and then run the country, right?
Yeah, it can happen if they want it to happen.
But no, we have a tradition of ministers who don't know anything about running shop.
Don't know anything about doing nothing that them assigned to.
Exactly, especially the first time ones. They should really be getting a hang of the job.
But even the first time ones, they were a little bit brighter because the majority of them were lawyers and so some of these people just come out. I mean, yes, we did have Buster Who, but he was a smart man. And he learned, and his cousin was bright and and they had better relationships. But no, people are a bit this and that, and them don't know mother from
they don't even know their roles. People have to call them out for their roles, and then I argue with people that they realize that it's in your job description. But
Owen Speed says some politicians have mental age of over 100. Yes, retirement age is 65. He says politicians should go when they touch 70.
70 where the public service people go, they must go at that age.
Exactly, that same age.
I don't necessarily agree with that. But they shouldn't be there when they're 85 and 86 and 87 and 88.
No, whatever age I'm saying that the teacher must go. Why the teacher must go? Because she's not relevant no more.
I don't agree with the teacher going.
Because my God, like my mother's
not relevant after X age, then nobody no relevant.
The teacher is strong.
So the age got up to 65. So what? My brethren were.
Well, me no know.
Oh, that's what it just said. That's what.
Yeah, but I think in 2018 they changed it.
My brethren were just retired last year.
But some people retire because a number of years of service.
Yeah, come back.
No.
But them retire because a number of years of service, not necessarily age.
No, they said the age. Because with my mother, it was the age. And she did like 40, but they said it's the age, like she had to go.
Okay.
Like there was no extension. She just had to go. And a lot of people had to go at that time. But I think the year after they upgraded, they changed the age requirement. Maybe I know
them. I beg them to come back and help run school.
Exactly. They're lucky. Some comments.
Yes.
Perish.
Okay, Nikki E says politicians should be retired at 65 or 75 years, just like everyone else. Sandra said, vote Dianna for prime minister. She's still in her prime. Ashina said, mindset. Lorna says, hello there, Sandra. This generation don't show any respect to adults. When I was a child, I had to go to the shop for all the neighbors. I could not refuse. Another thing we had to do mannerable to adults, be mannerable.
Manazable.
Michelle.
Mannerable. Never hear it. Look, you said that.
Manazable.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Manazable.
Adults protect us. If I was walking and see adults, I would run to catch up with them. Now, if a child is walking, they may have to hide. The adults are feared because some of them want to have relationship with the children. Yeah, that is true, which is sad. Lorna says, Lorna, I agree. It takes a village to raise a child. However, training a child in the way that he or she should go is incumbent on the parents. Yep. My values must be different from the village. Therefore, I instill my values into my children and I expect them to follow my teaching. I was very active in my children's life and still is at a point.
Nice.
Lorna said, my grandmother would search my school bag. If I have a pencil that I did not leave home with, I would have to
My rights. I am going to engage my rights right now. You cannot go into my bag.
You think you have the right?
I have rights. Can't go into my bag.
And then tomorrow you carry about them in your scandal bag go to school. I should take back our bag.
Sandra said, Dianna, I really love the way you think. I really appreciate the fairness in every topic discussed.
Well, on, tell Sandra she must write nothing else down there. Nothing else.
She's balanced. She's balanced. But yeah, so it just got, as me say, you have to be involved in your children. If you want a different or to see something different, we have to go back sometime to the basics, you know?
Yes.
We have to take something from the past and bring to the present so it makes the future better. So we have to.
Yes, that's just I think that we've really gone through this whole value system tonight in a provoking way.
Well, it's because the only reason why we go through it is because I take on Michelle, all right? And in Bex.
But Michelle had said already, Leo, that she never agreed with the ambassador. You're too
purposeful man.
Purpose man.
Like ambassador don't mean anything. When I was a child, I always wanted to be an ambassador. One of those things when I retired.
You are an ambassador now.
Yeah, but people are gonna get title.
You know me no more. It's like, oh,
the value gone.
Yeah,
you know, as you said that don't mean nothing. It's just like when you look at the lineup of everybody getting a CD and an OD. You remember?
Yeah.
You know, when you see somebody and them get an OD, you're like, oh my gosh, you know who get an OD? So no, every Jack Mandora.
Exactly, like, and then they look funny, like,
Michelle, you understand Jack Mandora? Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah, I heard it. I sing go.
No,
I just saying every Jack Mandora, every person, every being.
They have one poem, right?
No, Miss Lou would say Jack Mandora, me no choose none.
Oh yeah. But
I was surprised that I was surprised that you didn't know what manazable is. I can't.
Yeah, I never hear it used that way. I have to look it up. One of my new things to go research tonight.
Word. What a manazable little child.
Okay.
Not in the dictionary.
Oh, in a dictionary. Okay.
It is used like this.
They ever said I got research it. They ever said I got research it later. But
when your manazable, you know, you walk and tell all cow how they do.
Good morning.
Tell everybody how they do.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, what a manazable little child.
It's full of manners. I am.
Full of manners. What is manners?
Diane, what's in the news?
Well, you know, the time I run out.
The man was quarreling about him, the stepfather beating up the 3-year-old. That was really very sad. I don't know. The people can travel to the US again.
Who can? Jamaicans can come to the US
vaccine.
Oh, we think if yeah, okay, yeah. I
Um,
think Michelle has something that she wants to tell us though about immigration.
immigration.
Which
Yeah,
one? With the
I
vaccine?
saw her yes, with the vaccine.
Okay, that the United States is requiring that non-citizens be fully vaccinated to enter the United States. And they have lifted the ban on other countries such as India that they had in place as long as they have the vaccine. If you got vaccinated, which I know it might be a problem for Jamaicans who came here to get the vaccine, you have to prove your status. So if you're going to come into the country, you have
You
to
can't
prove
come here
that.
as a visitor and get vaccinated.
No, people are doing that. But
Yeah.
some countries, you have to prove your status.
Okay.
Not only the vaccination, you have to
Oh,
prove your
oh.
status to meet the
So-
requirement.
So only US citizens can come to the US unvaccinated.
For now, it appears on green card holders,
Okay.
like permanent. So
So
for now,
so put some pressure on Jamaica right now then.
oh my, Jamaica got vaccinated fully.
All right. If Jamaica couldn't, if Jamaican government couldn't do it, America did it for us.
America got to do it. Solve the problem. Around the world, they got to uptake. They got to the big uptake. Even
People
I
like
think
Dianna, people
England,
like Dianna can't come here.
even England
all
is
right. You know, we probably
requiring.
can get one card.
But okay, don't do that. If you do
Oh,
that, you'll be barred for life.
A jail, yeah. Or a
Yeah,
jail,
you'll be barred for life. That is fraud.
Yes.
So please,
Wow, just
people,
say them
don't
going to
do
deport
that.
me.
Yeah, and
No, if you
revoke
come
your
back.
visa.
We
They
know how to
revoke, you
go
can
back.
never return. Once it's a
No, how to
fraud.
go back. Look how much people deport and go back.
Okay, when you go around Mexico, you see what going on Mexico? Especially if you're
With
black.
the Haitian, the Haitian.
Especially if you're black.
Hold on. How so much Haitians make it a Texas? I don't understand. Where did they travel to get to Texas like that?
They went through all the areas that the people from Guatemala and Chile and all of those. They go
Yeah.
through Panama, Guatemala, Chile, and they go up to the Mexican
So many of them.
border, Mexico on the border.
You see how much people up there?
But they have traveled the same route as all the other, because I don't know, somebody tell the Haitian them say Biden let them in, so they all come.
Well, because they say everybody's welcome, but the thing is that boy, Haiti always get the raw end of
So
every.
they travel through all those countries and come up for come to Texas?
But
Yeah,
some of
our
them
people,
already
they take the
lived in some
boat.
of those countries, you know.
No, yeah, some of them live there, and sometimes people just fly to Mexico. Remember, Mexico have agreement with most countries, you don't need a visa to go there. So they can travel there and then they walk down to Texas.
Border.
Yeah. But it's sad that what's happening to them, seeing how they were rounded up, like, it's just sad.
I just saw. I have not seen videos. I've only seen still pictures. I don't want to use.
You see video? Oh,
no, I
God.
want to see the video.
It come like something from slavery there.
Oh my God.
With like a whip, riding on horses, whipping, like, oh God. This is a stain on the Biden administration. But what immigration, the USCIS has put out a statement and said they did not authorize such treatment, because that is Texas. Those are Texas Rangers who took it on themselves to protect the border. So people should be clear about that. Remember, Texas is saying they have a problem with immigrants.
Yeah. Border patrol there. Okay, I see.
Yeah, Texas Rangers that don't have anything to do with the USCIS or the Homeland Security. If you notice, they are in green. They are not.
Yes, I noticed that the color wasn't the same as I
yeah.
Well,
so that people are
clarification, because let me tell you, it was really difficult. Even the still pictures themselves were disturbing, to even just look at. But I'm sorry for those Haitians who get sent back to Haiti, who were not coming from Haiti. Some of them lived in Chile, some of them lived in other areas and went over to Mexico and went to the border. And then they just get deported back, bloop, to Haiti.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that I always tell people when they call me. Because even yesterday, one of my clients called me from Mexico saying that there was some agreement where he would get a green card because he works in construction. And they were telling him to pay money. And a lot of people in that community were listening to that person that was saying, yes, the government is doing this. So he called me to confirm, you know, because I represented him prior. And I said, no, it's false. And this is what happened. So whoever filtered that information, telling Haitians that they can come, there's some big benefit here. That is not true. Nothing was extended. The only thing that was extended was that if you're Haitian here in the United States with those status, they'll give you a temporary protected status where you'll get work authorization. But it's just for those who are here. Not for people
never
outside.
translate the whole of the story.
Yeah, but that's what they keep doing to people, and people pay money.
Wasn't there another set of individuals there just outside of the what's his name, the Trump era? There were some other people sitting on the border there, some other they were Mexicans.
Yes.
What happened to them?
They were Colombian, Guatemala, Ecuador. Like they traveled, the caravan that traveled.
Right.
They were waiting outside, but they're being processed. Like the only thing is that they can't come. They were seeking asylum. So if you're outside of the country,
you can't.
Yeah, you can get.
Right, they made them stay outside of the country and process them.
Yeah, process it before they can come. Because if you can prove that you're being persecuted because of your politics or your religion, your sexual orientation, etc., etc.
And that's the truth. The Haitians don't fall into that category.
But they don't fall in there.
No, they don't.
Huh?
Yeah, but you could argue for
but
them.
They can't seek refugee status. Listen, Mish, they don't fall in that category. How they going to seek refugee status?
Well,
refugee from what? When them not coming from Haiti.
There's a political
but they're not coming from Haiti.
They're not, but I'm saying some of them. I'm not saying no, we don't know. We're not I'm just saying that they could argue, because you see other countries argue strongly, and you might say, well, they don't qualify, they end up qualifying. So they could fall if like attorneys take cases, but they take it for every other group to assist.
But remember this guy who landed in the Miami harbor here, 5 or 6 of them, and then when he come off of the boat, him say, him can't go back to Jamaica because they're more killing him. I mean, you remember that? That's
that's what I'm gonna try to claim to get something.
But he probably get it, doesn't it?
No, I think he went back.
He went back. What?
He was back. It's kind of hard to prove, It's kind of hard to prove.
Okay. But I wouldn't want to be in his shoes going back to Jamaica.
That rough.
Oh my God.
Kind of hard to prove. The elements are hard to prove. That is always good to have an attorney, because I see people will have people say, oh, just file the documents and that's it. But it's a lot to prove and establish if you want to prove asylum.
Well, I hope our friend don't get to go back to Jamaica. I hope he get to go to another country.
How should that country go take him?
You hope your friend know what?
No, the one that landed here and said that he can't go back to Jamaica. When the immigration border watch will pick him up and say, I'm not going back to Jamaica because they will kill him or something like that. Now, I remember his exact words, but those are the things that he was saying. Yeah, and I think where he was going with that was that he's trying to get some kind of asylum.
Yeah, asylum, a relief.
Yeah, some kind of relief.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are right there. So let's wrap it up now. It's been such a good night talking, bashing Michelle. But I love bashing Michelle.
Bash me. Yeah, bash me.
All right, Michelle. Why don't you start wrapping up then?
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And for those who haven't read your comments, we ran out of time. I look forward to seeing you guys Saturday morning at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Jamaica time. And I want to remind everybody that COVID is still a thing. So if you're inclined, or if the vaccine is available, do go out and get the vaccine. They have a lot of bliss going on in Jamaica. Find out your area and go get it. And if not, sanitize, social distance, and wear your mask.
I saw where India is going to release more AstraZeneca for countries like Jamaica next month, first part of next month.
Yeah, they're going to start.
That's good. They need more Pfizer, but that's good. Oh, did you guys hear before we jump to Dr. Dianna? No, the Pfizer looking for approval for 5-year-olds.
5 to 12.
Yeah. That's nice. Awesome.
It's very nice. That's very nice. Is your son 5 yet? I'm still 3. Oh, what is your son?
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might take a while for it to get to his age, but as soon as it's available.
I just tell him say I'm a 5. Him look like I'm a
All
5.
enough.
Oh God. Diana, wrap it up for me.
All right, my wrap up going to be very different this evening. Michelle said all the right things, so I'm just going to put some fun into it. Only real Jamaicans rub white rum while sick instead of it. Only real Jamaican can have phone conversation with sound effects like you're too liar. Only real Jamaicans know that Sucum means anything but that. Only real Jamaicans know that foreign is just one country, maybe 2. Only real Jamaicans call Pranganat Pranganat. Only real Jamaicans are never done talking when we say, me done talk.
That is funny. That is nice. Oh my God. What else real Jamaica do? What else real Jamaicans do?
Real Jamaicans, it on YouTube. Or put it on YouTube. Only real Jamaicans alphabet say hey, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Only real Jamaicans have a birth certificate.
First,
Hope you have one.
a surfeit ticket. A surfeit ticket.
Birth certificate.
Birth certificate. I think Michelle have the pink birth certificate.
The what?
Michelle don't even know what the pink one look like, don't you? Don't know what the pink one look like.
I don't. I have the long one.
Okay. See,
I have the long one too.
We have one with pink writing. It was a little short one. They think it was the christening card or christening certificate.
No, it's a registration card.
Yeah, something like that.
They register your birth.
Yeah. All right.
And
Thank
then
you,
you
ladies
apply
and
for your
gentlemen.
white one.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's really been good tonight to be here. We'll see you Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes, 9 p.m. 9 a.m.
Bogota time. It's 9 a.m.
Jamaica time.
Jamaica time. All right. Have a nice day.
Oh, good.
Have a nice
Take care.
day.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.